Welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about semi-combat classes. These classes are not combat-oriented but can be applied in combat to support allies or cause damage to enemies. Please, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. First, we are going to look at the Bard class. True bards are not common in the world. Not every minstrel singing in a tavern or jester cavorting in a royal court is a bard. Discovering the magic hidden in music requires hard study and some measure of natural talent that most troubadours and junglers lack. It can be hard to spot the difference between these performers and true bards, though. A bard's life is spent wandering across the land gathering lore, telling stories, and living on the gratitude of audiences, much like any other entertainer. But a depth of knowledge, a level of musical skill, and a touch of magic set bards apart from their fellows. Only rarely do bards settle in one place for long, and the natural desire to travel, find new tales to tell, new skills to learn, and new discoveries beyond the horizon, makes an adventuring career a natural calling. During combat, bards can act as supports, providing buffs to allies and setting the tempo of the battle through their musical performance. Through their music, they can give debuffs to their opponents and also provide some ranged-based attacks. For instance, they can release a sound blade with their string instrument or hamper the senses of their opponents to the attacks of his allies. For this type of bards, the battlefield is their stage and the combatants are their audience. For them, sounds of weapons and spells clashes, add harmony to their performance. Characters who leave for the musical arts are better in tune with the bard class. Read, Awaken Online. Happy to experience and enjoy this class. The Alchemist class. Whether secreted away in a smoky basement laboratory or gleefully experimenting in a well-respected school of magic, the alchemist is often regarded as being just as unstable, unpredictable, and dangerous as the concoctions he brews. While some creators of alchemical items content themselves with sedentary lives as merchants, providing tinder twigs and smokesticks, the true alchemist answers a deeper calling. Rather than cast magic like a spellcaster, the alchemist captures his own magic potential within liquids and extracts he creates, infusing his chemicals with virulent power to grant him impressive skill with poisons, explosives, and all manner of self-transformative magic. With the use of his potions, the alchemist can grant buffs to allies and debuffs to enemies. The alchemist sometimes uses some his potions to grant him superhuman attributes to deal conflicts according to the circumstance. However, most of their concoctions have nasty side effects. Alchemists such as this perfect their magical extracts and potion-like creations by infusing substances with magic and using his own body as experimental stock. While these traits make them a liability and risk for most civilized organizations and institutions of higher learning, they seem to fit quite well with most adventuring groups. Read the book Mad Masteralchemist by Seth Ring to enjoy this class. Next is the Artificer class. Masters of invention, artificers use ingenuity and magic to unlock extraordinary capabilities in objects. They see magic as a complex system waiting to be decoded and then harnessed in their spells and inventions. Artificers use a variety of tools to channel their arcane power. To cast a spell, an artificer might use alchemist's supplies to create a potent elixir, calligrapher's supplies to inscribe a sigil of power, or tinker's tools to craft a temporary charm. The magic of artificers is tied to their tools and their talents, and few other characters can produce the right tool for a job as well as an artificer. In a word, artificers are crafty and intelligence is the key attribute for an artificer. Artificer channels magic into or through non-living items for their own personal use, thus any spells in other schools of magic like the enchantment, charm and necromancy which happen to affect living things, are opposed to the artificer's specialty and off-limits to the artificer. Artificers can create pet golems, long-ranged weapons like guns, automobiles, and a whole lot of technologies that can serve many purposes, both combat and non-combat gadgets. Check out The Artificer, a Viridian Gate online novel by James Hunter and S.R. Witt. The Illusionist class. Like any magic user, mage, or wizard, they cast spells, but an illusionist's spells are of a distinctive character, creating figments and phantasms to deceive and trick their foes in creative and interesting ways. Illusionists are exceptionally flexible, able to craft a falsehood and create almost any image their mind desires, but they must be creative to get the most out of their spells, as they lack the firepower and blatant arcane power of mages. Illusionists control their surroundings by shaping, distorting, and deceiving the perceptions of others. To some their abilities seem weak, because they only distort and disguise rather than affecting true change, but those affected by an illusionist's spells know better, understanding that their own senses can be turned against them at any time. Illusionists are amongst the most skilled liars in existence. The illusionist's lies don't rely on words alone, but may fool any one, or all, of their senses. Where an enchanter might take a subject's mind and force it to believe or act as the enchanter wills, an illusionist is more subtle, using the mind's own reasoning against it by presenting it with false evidence. A master illusionist can convince a creature to believe in something beyond what even the enchanter's arts can achieve, including convincing it of its own death. The greatest illusionists may even leave the defeated foes wondering if the illusionist was ever truly there at all. Check out Viridian Gate online, Nomad Soul by DJ Bodden and James Hunter to experience the illusionist class. Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel.